I have a tote comparison for you today. This is the Ranchlands Chico Basin tote in black with the contrasting straps. You don't have an option for these. It's always the contrasting straps. And it's over here is the moose leather adjustable customized tote. And I wanted to do a review of these two bags in particular for a few reasons. One, they're both structured, so if that's what you're looking for, I wanted to show you that as an option, and they both have levels of organization. So some totes, and I did a comparison the other day, two of the totes had not that much in the way of pockets, but these ones do, so I wanted to show you that. Again, they're both fairly structured with some organization. So let me do first just the size, and I'm going to put these handles in the inside momentarily, just so it does not distract from the exterior of the bag. So a couple of things. One, this one is customizable. So I purposely chose to get it a little shorter. I didn't want it to be much taller than I needed it for my laptop. But the one that I have, and I'll put all the measurements down below for you, you can see the Ranchlands, the size is not customizable. It's definitely taller. The width, just the way that they're kind of standing, it appears that this one's much wider, but it's not really that much wider, to be honest, because the full side panel is like this. So they're pretty similar in terms of width. Let me show you this way. And I measure when I measure a bag, because the measurement on this one was very controversial. So I wrote up a whole post on what I thought the measurement was. And when I measure things, I measure the panel. So even if you ask me what the front of this bag is, I'm not going to include, even though the part of the side panel is showing through, I don't include that. I include just the front panel width. So on that, this one is a little bit wider, the Ranchlands. Not much, and I'll hold it up like this, but you can see the seam is just a little bit wider. I'll put the seams together here, and you can see it sticks out a little bit further there. But that's pretty much it. They're very similar, and I want to just show you one other thing like this, because that way I feel like you can really see the difference in the bags. It's a pretty similar width. This one, the black one, it gives the appearance that it's narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. It isn't actually. I think it's the tabs. It's got reinforced tabs here, which sort of make it seem narrower at the top than it actually is. But anyways, in terms of width, they're fairly similar. Now let's talk about the exterior. And I want to make sure I show you the, quote, front of the bag. Okay, so this is the front. The Ranchland tote is very clean. There's nothing here. This is my own personal swag. But there isn't a pocket. It's literally just the side of the bag. Over here, there's not a pocket. But what you are seeing is the contrasting stitching that's holding the pockets on the interior. So for what it's worth, there is levels of, quote, decoration. I mean, really, it's just the other side of the pockets, but the contrast provides a nice little element of style. And you also see that at all these points, stress points, it's been riveted. So the rivets show through also. We have their logo here. It's a small logo. It doesn't bother me at all, but I do just want to mention it. And it's a moose. It's actually very clever. And then on Ranchland's tote, let me see if I can find it for you. Here's their logo. It's imprinted on the black, so it's kind of difficult to see, but it's a diamond with sort of wings, like elongated tips is how I describe it. So very light branding. And then let's swing it around, and I want to show you the backs. So I consider this to be the back, even though that's where the logo is, and the reason I say that is because it's got this pocket here. And but anyways, whatever. This is the side with a pocket. It's got a really nice front pocket. It goes almost the full height of the bag, and it goes the entire length of the bag. Obviously, you know, there's a few inches here, but for a front pocket, I think it's perfect. It's unlined, and you can see the suede side here, which they tucked over the top, and I think it's a really nice, clean little touch that they did there, just to give the bag a bit of interest. Now, the back side of the Moose bag, it's a thing here that just says, in addition to Made in America, it says theleathershop.com, which is obviously their web address. Doesn't bother me, but I want to just let you know that it is there. So the front and the back on the Moose, no pockets. On the Ranchlands, we have the one full length pocket, not quite full height. The sides of the bag, pockets on both sides here, no pockets here. I'm just going to stick my hand in there so you can see. It goes almost full length. It is a curved pocket, and it has this snapping feature, which is really nice. It can fit a water bottle up to a 2 3/4 inch diameter in here. And it has one on each side. This one is the same on the other side. And so that's kind of nice. It's also really smart that he put the snap up here instead of down here. That way, when it does have a tall water bottle, the snap's not getting in the way. So just sort of a smart design there. Let's move on to the interior. Actually, before we do that, I want to show you the straps. This bag is heavy. It does not have a lot of pockets. It's got one on the exterior, one divided pocket on the interior, the straps, and that's it. It has one set of over-the-shoulder straps. But it feels like it's maybe a little bit heavier than this one. And let me do this so you can see the leather on both. It's really pretty thick. I think it might be a smidge thicker on the Ranchlands. And I want to show you something else that's kind of a remarkable difference if this is important to you. So notice the width here. When I'm carrying something heavy, so it's a work day and I have a laptop and all that stuff, I prefer a wider strap because I feel like it distributes the weight better. If you have this one, it's narrow. So let me just show you those side by side so you can appreciate. This one, now let's do this, is for the thickness. So I feel like Ranchlands is also a little bit thicker. And then the height. So let's do this. So you can see they have a very similar drop. So not too distinct on the drop. I think the biggest difference really is, one, how it's affixed to the bag. This guy was sort of a butterfly. And then this one with the rivets and the thickness and the width. This one has a second option that's kind of clever. That's the only way to carry the Ranchlands tote, is with these straps. This one has a second option. These are for hand carry, and I'm going to step back a little just so you can see. And you can also do this with it. It's funny, I've never been a short carry handle person for my work bags, but I don't know, I just like this for some reason. When I use this bag, I carry it almost exclusively with these short handles. And these short handles do this cool thing. I apologize if you watched my unboxing. It was early or it was late. I was having an off day and didn't know you turn these. But anyways, I know now. And the reason that it turns like this is so that when it hangs on the interior of the bag, if you weren't going to use them, that it hangs flush tight against the bag. Because if it was in this mode, it would take up a little bit of space. So it's just kind of a smart design that they have the option to go round and then for it to lay perfectly flat against the interior of your bag. So this one has more handle carry options. This one also has options in the way if you wanted to add a crossbody third way to carry it. I have seen people do that as well. I don't carry things crossbody that are big. It's just personal preference. I don't like the way it looks. I want my crossbody bags to be a little more modest in size. But I have seen people do that, and this company will customize a lot of features. They'll also do feet on the bottom if you want it. I didn't do feet because I didn't want to add the extra weight. But anyways, let's move on to the interior of the bag. Get these handles out of the way. Okay, so both of the bags are unlined. So it's kind of the suede side of the bag that you're feeling in there. And this one has a single pocket that runs the full length of the bag, not the full depth, and it's divided. It's divided a third and 2/3, and it perfectly fits my phone in the small side, the third side, and on the other side I can fit a tablet. Just to give you some idea of those dimensions. And that's it in terms of the organization here. Let's move in here. This, you guys, if you're a person that feels like you need pockets and that your pockets need pockets and that throw some extra pockets in there just in case, this is the bag for you. You know, initially that was one of the things that attracted me to the bag, in addition to the leather color, was the pockets. What I found was I actually don't use that many pockets when all is said and done. I typically like cell phone, my skinny wallet, I like to put that in a pocket. My keys, I found a workaround, which is I use this, so I don't put them in a pocket anymore, and I prefer that. I prefer that they dangle. So this one, it will fit. I'll put the link to this below because this has kind of been a game changer in my purses. This will dangle from the interior pockets of the Ranchlands. It won't dangle from the top because it's too thick. And this one, it has any number of places that it could dangle. But let's talk about the pockets in here. So I'll put some stills for you. Pockets on the exterior sides, pockets on the interior sides, in addition to 2 pen pockets on top of the interior side pocket. This one does not have it. This side also has a dog leash clasp if you wanted to affix your keys to this. I've literally never used this, so I don't know that I need it, quite frankly. And I've never used those interior pockets. I'm not somebody that typically, if I'm carrying a water bottle, I'm probably not carrying a work bag because I don't travel that long to get to work, and so I don't really carry a work bag. But if I'm going out somewhere where I do need a work bag, I'm sorry, I do need water bottle, I probably won't carry one of these because it's probably more of a hiking, walking situation. Anyways, so, and then on either side, it's got pockets. So let's do this side first. These are 2 open pockets that are stacked, one on top of the other, not full length and not full height, obviously, because they're stacked, and they're just open. So they're kind of nice if you want your phone. And I actually didn't keep my phone there. Strangely, I never use these ones. Let me flip around to the other side. This one has a zippered pocket. It's, again, a stacked pocket that does not run full length. Bring it in close so you can see. And the top one has a zipper, and I think it's nice. I think at least one pocket should always have some sort of closure, whether it's a magnetic closure or what have you. And then the one on the bottom is another open pocket. What I ended up doing was, and I don't have my phone with me, don't know why, but I ended up taking my phone and putting it in the zipper pocket and just letting it sort of stick out like that. So it was always within easy reach. And I have like this chunky set of keys to all of my different offices. And this one I sort of wrapped up here and kept in the open pocket just below my phone pocket. And frankly, that was all I used. And I just used the main body of the bag. So it has a ton of pockets. I'm just going to count them for you. It's 1, 2 on the interior front panel, 1, 2 on the interior back panel, 2 on the side interior, so that's 6 total, plus pen loops, plus the 2 on the exterior, that's 8. It's just got a lot of pockets. Oh, and one other thing, it does have this. He used to have a magnet closure up here to kind of keep the bag closed, but there was some talk about whether or not the magnet could really hold it together, so he upgraded and put a snap. I like the snap, actually. There were a couple times that I used it. I would have preferred if the snap had 2 options, just for if the bag is full, and plus I don't like it kind of cinching the bag tight like this. I prefer it keeping its shape, so if it had the option to be a little bit of a looser snap, I would have liked that. But anyways, that's that. I think these bags kind of fill the same purpose, and that's why I wanted to review them. I know there's probably people out there that are saying, no, that's not possible. This one has, you know, what did I say, 8 pockets, and this one has 3. But they're both totes, and they're both structured, and they both have a decent amount of organization. So I think they're both amazing bags. Let me just show them to you really quick. Let me do this, Ranchlands Chico, and let me do this. I'll show you the front side out, so you can kind of get an appreciation for the size. Anyways, they've both been amazing work bags. I've never carried this on a weekend. To me, it's just a work bag because of its structure and its pockets and all of that. This one on the left, the Chico Tote, I think it's kind of a fun, more relaxed bag, and this one I actually have carried outside of work situations, and I enjoyed it. It didn't seem heavy or overly big. So if you're looking for more versatility, then I think probably this bag is going to do it. If you're looking for organization and you're someone that says, I have to have pockets, it's probably going to be this. And there's just, again, there's so many options here. On this one, you can customize it with your initials, but I'll check with the maker and see if they'd be willing to work with you on other customizations, but they don't advertise it as such. It's the bag the way it comes in black, it comes in tan. If you get it in the tan, another thing to note is that handles are still contrasting. The tan is slightly lighter than the handle, so it's still a two-tone bag even if you get the tan. But that's it. This is Ranchlands out of Colorado. I did a full review on this bag, and this is a moose leather tote. I've strangely done 2 write-ups on it and haven't given you a full review, but hopefully you have a good flavor for it now. Thank you so much for watching.